start with when I first learned of this man. He applied for a job at our campus to teach engineering management. And I thought I was going to be breaking a gender barrier because this person named Alicia had been applied for the position. I'm a little slow. I didn't quite catch what the meaning of the 4 at the end was. But I do want you to contemplate the image of Bear going through life as a Bear6. He left UA after 2 years, went back to industry, and then Fairbanks advertised a job, and I called him up and said, "Hey Bear, you're advertising at Fairbanks." And he spent quite some time teaching engineering management in Fairbanks, and it wouldn't surprise me if that was some of his happiest times in the University of Alaska system, because the man really does like to teach. I don't have a lot of stories, but I did get one picture sent down from Fairbanks. And it was a man of Bear's approximate build, snow blowing. And this man was wearing a hat and some snowpacks and nothing in between. And I can't remember whether Bear admitted that it was his photo or whether he told me it was somebody else. But I've never known for sure. And I guess my next story is maybe a little bit about Pat. They were living in Seattle and he had gotten a golden parachute. And Tom had a position that he was advertising for a logistics prof. And I called up Bear and I said, "Hey Bear, you want to apply again?" And I think Pat was really happy to get him out of the house. In fact, she sent him up here for a year by himself before she joined him. But he came up, taught some more, and then he had started accepting responsibilities to help take care of all of us instead of doing what he really enjoys. And I'm thankful. And I guess I could have 2 other stories, maybe even one more after that. I did take this man picnicking once, and I think we managed to prove that 2 fairly smart mathematical modelers have a hard time figuring out that there's a hole in the net, because the hole was small enough to caught some sand, but it was large enough that more got away than should have. And it took us about an hour to figure out we had a hole in the net. But we did get it done. And then there was the time he was really nice and told Chris and I, "I'll house sit, take the kids to Las Vegas." And then he was really nice to Chris and I and said, "Send the kids home and you stay down there." And we did. I wish I had a nanny cam. In this day and age, what I really wish I had was a couple GoPros. But at the time, what I was wishing for was nanny cams. Because our kids had a couple of ferrets. And ferrets, for those of you who've ever had them, are incredibly fast creatures. Now, I want to imagine this man watching 2 ferrets go in between his legs as soon as he opens up the door on the cage. And then just listen to him say, "Cheese buns, cheese buns," as he chases them around the house. The only thing that would change today is I think he'd be flailing at him with his cane rather than trying to chase them. But he's so incredibly gentle with animals, I'm sure he could have found a way to catch them. And finally, I'm not the only one who's ever been confused about his name. Once upon a time, I'm told that somebody from a breast cancer support group called his house and asked for Alicia. And I think Pat should have strung it out a little further because she answered the phone and she admitted right off that Alicia was Elisha and her husband. And I think she should have gone on and on about how Alicia and Pat had been partners for some time to kind of pull the leg of those people a little bit, but Pat's a little bit too kind to do that. Anyhow, to my very dear friend who has come back time and again to help the university. Thank you.